Good morning, my neighbors!
It's time for an alternative paper review.
Well, good morning, you sexy mother hubbards. Yes, sexy. You are sexy. Even if you don't feel sexy right now, just know this. That hair, those eyes, they're working. It's time for an alternative paper review. First up to the FT today. Business leaders warn Rishi Sunak that Tory migration policy is threatening their investment. A headline to which the only sane reply is, yeah, obviously. This is why I keep saying the British economy needs immigrants. It needs them. We need immigrants like Tories need a neo-Victorian sense of entitlement, like Ed Miliband needed that bacon sandwich, and like your lonely and frustrated dad needs a weirdly long and extended shower in the morning. But no, it's true. We need immigrants to work in our NHS, to work in hospitality, in retail, as carers, as social care nurses, builders, plumbers, doctors, coders, every discernible industry and job, from the newest professions in the world back to the oldest.
Well, I voted Brexit. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. I might go and celebrate, book a couple of hours with that Anna Maria girl, you know what I mean?
Well, sorry to tell you this, Ted, but she's gone back to Portugal.
You what, Bill?
Yeah, they all have. I'm afraid if you want to blow your load in something, you're going to have to book a couple of hours with Tina like the rest of us.
All right, lads. Who's first, then?
Anyway, I don't know why business leaders are even still talking to Sunak, much less making demands that he changes his policy. You know, that is like looking at someone's meal, looking up at them, and then telling them to change their diet, when it is in fact their last meal just before the lethal injection. Put simply, Sunak will continue to bang the immigrants drum because that is the tourniquet that he thinks will stop the reform bleeding. Sunak isn't interested in what makes long-term economic, fiscal, or business strategic sense. You know, he's a trembling coward who's locked himself in a bathroom, is just shaking like, I've got to think of something, anything. I've got to find some way to stop me hemorrhaging these safe seats. I mean, you can imagine him in CCHQ having conversations with their marketing guy going, I can't go out on heavy losses. I can't be the first British Asian Prime Minister who is also the worst ever Prime Minister. It would be fodder for the racists, wouldn't it? Right, Prime Minister, yes, I understand. You don't want to add fuel to the fire, you know, to the narrative that, people of colour are useless or we should kick them all out. I understand. So what are you willing to do? Well, to beat that racism, I am willing to channel racism. Next up to The Guardian. Slovakian leader fights for his life after assassination attempt. This is a story that Robert Fico was shot yesterday, guys. This reportedly took place while he was, shaking hands, kissing babies' heads, the usual politician stuff. Somebody pulls out a gun, shoots him, he gets rushed to hospital, he has surgery, now he's being described as in a stable condition. You will be relieved to hear that he is expected to survive. The Europe-bashing, populist, nationalist, transphobe is expected to survive. You'll be relieved to hear that.
Prince Andrew's a nonce-burger.
Next up to The Express. Britain goes pension cash-in crazy. I like this headline. Do you know why I like it? Because it's so Daily Express. It really is. What they've actually done, right, is they've stumbled on to the housing crisis here, except they're completely misrepresenting it as though it's something to be excited about or it's, like a lifestyle piece, It's like a change in our culture, in our habits. Britons have just decided, kookily, to withdraw a load of cash. Nothing to do with the cost of living crisis, forcing these people to pull money out of their autumn years funds just to survive another month. Nothing to do with like a decade of printing money, meaning that cash is basically worthless now. They're like, I better pull this out and invest it in something that might actually accumulate in value. Or the fact that unless their kids get a sack of cash, like the tens of thousands of pounds that the Daily Express even cite, they're like, the average withdrawal from a pension fund now is like 50 grand. I mean, that is basically the ballpark figure that people would need from their parents and the bank of mum and dad to get on the ladder, but there's no mention of that. Oh, Wade, you really are a negative and nihilistic cunt. No, what it is it's just a few people in their 50s and 60s have decided to enjoy their money. Yeah, okay. Or it could also be that after that mini-budget, when everyone's pension funds tanked in value, they've given it a little bit of time, and now finally they're like, yeah, it's not coming back, is it? All right, let's take it out.
Finally, to the Daily Mirror today. My 6 fixes for Britain, says Keir Starmer.
Oh, I am a sucker for political listicles. You know, it's always a 5-point plan, my 6 fixes, isn't it? Let's see if I can think up 6 fixes for Great Britain right now, off the top. Nationalise all of the energy companies, heavy press regulation where you can actually get struck off as a journalist, like a bad doctor would, right? Recategorise the Conservative Party as a terror group. Recategorise Kent as Saxon land. We'll leave a breadcrumb trail of bunting to lead all of the Brexiters in there. Then we just shut the gate behind them. That's 4. Number 5, fix Thames Water, but have all of their sewers run into Boris Johnson's new house's moat. I'm 1 short. Oh, no. Could you guys suggest the last one? Because I'm late. I'm going to see Tina.
Oh, hello again. You just missed your dad.